I've come to this conversation quite late in my career, and what drives me is the desire to preserve families. That's really what is the core and soul of what I do. I was given the names Wambui Nyamathwe Kabage. And by profession, I've been a lawyer for 20 years, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I am currently a mediator. Essentially, it's somebody who gets involved in a conflict by virtue of being a third party. So a person is invited to be a mediator where there is a fight, and then two parties come together and decide that they don't want to go to court, for example, but actually what they want to do is resolve this matter in a different way. And so a mediator is a third party who comes in between and helps them understand their issues and helps them come through this conflict, having resolved it with their own solutions. I look at this world and I look at this dysfunction. I look at the pain of the children. I look at the pain of youth. I look at the pain of women and yes, men. And to me, I boil it all back down to the fracturing of the family unit. Hopefully I've saved a child from manipulation. Hopefully I've saved a woman from a lot of heartache. And that to me is what is a successful indicator, that my clients come back and say, thank you. I believe that what women need to do is reflect back on their journey. And when I reflect back on my journey as a professional woman, a lot of things that I noticed was a harshness from women, whereby if you have a child, for example, you're childbearing, people don't want to hire you, especially if you're pregnant at the point of interview. I find that very unfair because women are very creative. You just need to give them spaces and time frames, and we need to be more flexible as women. So we need to be able to say, listen, okay, you may not be able to come 9 to 5, but can I give you a task and you complete the task? I think we as women need to be task orientated, not so much time orientated, right? And that's how women work. You know, we're flexible. Like when you put the baby down, you can work on something. And so create spaces where women can do that. If I were to reflect back, I would, in theory, tell women to look at property as a transaction, to distinguish emotion from the relationship and actually be upfront about it with their spouse. So it's not about hiding that you're collecting receipts and stuff like that. It's not about that. It's just saying, I need to be acknowledged as a person who's contributed to the property that we own. Martial arts for me was not natural. I never thought of doing martial arts. It came out of a space of bullying. Actually, it's an empowerment kind of space. And when I was 12, I was very seriously bullied. And as a result, I went into this, there are two ways that people respond to bullying. It's like you either curl into a ball or you're just like, oh, hell no. You can guess which part I was, which side I chose. And so over time, I did find my space in university, actually, where I started martial arts, taekwondo specifically. I did my black belt when I was, like 3 years into my my law degree. I really believe that I came into understanding my inspiration and my space and who I was meant to be quite late in life. And I think it was because I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. And so when I look at the future, I realize who I am now. I know where I'm meant to be, what space I'm meant to occupy. And because of that, for me, it's just praying that God gives me the health and the ability to do all the things that I have plans to do, and help as many people as I possibly can, and families, and and God willing, leave this world a better place, having impacted families and my own family as well. So very exciting.